We came back from Tioga, and in between, went to and I wish I could name the sites, and I probably could get them for you, but we went to a rig site, went to a fracking site, I say drilling site, a fracking site, the gas facility in Tioga as well, the rail facility. Took a fast look at the Enbridge facility in Berthold, of course, because of the juxtaposition of rail and pipeline, the legacy pipeline there, and of course the real legacy of the country elevator. So yeah, that was basically it, and then in between getting off and on and having a sandwich for lunch and some food for breakfast. Ate on the run.
And so kind of the one question I asked, what, should we be seeing anything new? I should maybe phrase that a little bit.
Yeah,
Anything
I
new
don't know that
coming
you'll
from
see
this?
anything new. I think what you'll see from the Energy and Commerce Committee, and I think one needs to consider the Energy and Commerce Committee for a minute, because we think about it as being real focused on energy. Well, the last several years it's been real focused on Obamacare. They are the committee of jurisdiction over Obamacare, Medicare, and so that's really been a lot of the focus. So a lot of the energy stuff hasn't been in the spotlight the way that issue has been. So I think what you saw today was a refocusing, or at least a part of the refocusing of that committee's work on energy and energy development, job creation, and energy security. Not that they haven't been focused on that, but certainly a renewed focus on it. First of all, their willingness to come out here is testimony to the fact that they take this very, very seriously, and that they see North Dakota as an opportunity to learn and as a model to hold up. So I appreciate that.
Thanks, sir.
Yeah, thanks for coming up.
As always.
Yeah.
I would have just piggybacked
Yes,
with all of them, but I
sure.
felt
That's
bad
okay,
making you
that's
move.
okay.
We were having some mic issues in the beginning, so I
Got
just
it,
want to
no
make
problem.
sure.
Yep.
So I'm Julie, by the way,
Hi,
from
Julie.
Cramer.
Okay,
Nice to meet you.
Yeah. How are you?
Good. Morning, Matt.
Yep.
Okay, so we'll just do this.
That's
I don't
fine.
want to see that too much. What do you guys do? You want to ask this?
Any further along in that
These guys
wedding?
they're all going home too. They're getting on the 5 o'clock Delta flight out.
Oh, yeah, just heading, I got it.
Yeah.
Perfect.
For total station at AAA yesterday.
Outstanding.
Yes, I,
How much did it cost
I'm
you?
gonna-
we have like an energy.
That's your
report.
wish.
Oh,
Yeah, how much they charge, I'm just curious. Oh, really? Okay, so they'll do it for you. I'm a member of AAA, but
What is with you guys? KMOT, the K-5,
So I don't know
they
if you
hire
can
all
manage
these
anything
folks.
else, but
It's
they
just,
totally
well,
have to post
there's
that.
another girl, so our other girls, but it's just kind of like wherever the easy job is.
yeah, they would tell you, well, we can gouge you over here for $15.
No,
Well, they
my
cross one.
Jessica's from Arizona.
That's right, she's
Anyway,
Jessica's
but I
from
did tell
Arizona.
them
There were
about
2
that.
from Florida.
Mexican,
They might have-
or not, passport
Yeah.
pass.
We did.
Oh, the passport card, yeah.
Passport card. Anyway,
Yep.
oh yeah, my daughter's going really fast on this.
I don't want
Place
that
and everything.
I like.
No, so you do have a
Yeah,
location?
no, they're nice.
Where is it?
Well, I just
Yeah,
don't
I know
know
how
how
he was saying that.
Or else it's bigger pizza.
It's in Mexico?
Yeah,
But,
Bakken.
yeah.
It's not
Maybe you want to
actually-
zoom in a
Our
little
daughter's
bit.
getting
You want me
married,
to go back?
and she's doing a destination.
The thing that's interesting is that there's some changes being made to the Mexican constitution.
Okay, so I guess,
Where
yeah, so
foreigners
I guess
buy
first thing,
beachfront
you know,
property
we
in Mexico.
usually give an
Now
overlay,
the
is there
only
anything
thing
you kind of went over in the beginning?
No, at the beginning, what you missed basically.
I'd rather-
Trust
rather-
arrangement is very,
Members of the
use
Energy and Commerce
local
Committee.
banks, and it's very.
And
I'd rather have
introductory
efficiency in
remarks
Washington DC.
about North Dakota being a model for what.
You're honest, if you, let's sleep in that office, God, that's really.
The problem is that so much of the country is governed
Yeah,
by
well, you
federal
start-
politics,
okay, why don't
whereas
you
North
go
Dakota's
on
had a lesson
$2,000 a month?
our
You
resources
think of
on
that.
private land.
Well,
And
how
so,
can these
the
guys
federal
do
government has been
work?
more of an obstacle to development
In
than
Kansas,
help.
it's
In
what's
fact,
really funny
oil
is that he's
production
talking to some
is
guys
down
at
on
the gym,
federal
and
lands,
one guy says,
where it's up dramatically,
he
of
said,
course, under
I've heard
private
that if you
land
wanna,
and state land.
you know.
So we just,
get
there was
to know
more
your-
just the introductory things we talked about. The purpose of the
People,
trip,
the
there's
other
zero
members
members of the
that
Energy and Commerce.
members,
Okay.
the staff are all there.
Upton from
Oh,
Michigan
the
and
gym.
2
Yeah.
So
subcommittee
he's
chairmen
got a
plus
partner, so
three
he comes
members.
to the gym too, so.
We're here to see how we do it. To
You know what
see
he
a
talked
frac
about
job,
at
to
length
see a
about the
well,
gym?
to see the rail facilities and the pipeline facilities and the
Water
processing
pressure in the
facilities.
Yeah.
And
He was like Rough Sonic.
and to see
oh,
firsthand, sort of kick the tires, as they say.
You know, it's like
how it's done around the corner and
you can't
bring
buy,
that
a
experience
shower
with them
head
as
with
we
more than
Yeah.
1.6 gallons a minute
to
or whatever it is,
hopefully
but
make-
you go into the house gym and it's
Energy.
like standing under a fire
Yeah, and like
hose.
some of the other members were saying, you know, they hadn't been here before and they kind of heard about it.
Yeah.
I mean, did they mention anything to you on the trip
He
when they were
smelled
kind
different
of
because
surprised at some things? I mean, like, you know, signing
Well,
on,
aren't you?
Yes.
unemployment rates.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
all
it's
of that
like
statistical stuff is interesting as it is, because you can read about it in the Wall Street Journal. But it's not the same
can't-
as
they can't bring
seeing
their
a,
own shower
help
caddy
wanted
down.
sign on
They can, but why
at a
wouldn't
cafe
you?
in town,
Yeah.
you know, or to see what's going on.
Where that
behind
car
the
says
hotel,
for like,
you know, and
Old
see the
Spice,
different license
$200
plates in the
bar or
parking lot.
whatever.
Those things have a great, leave
my
a
wife
great
makes fun of
impression
me 'cause
on
I just
somebody when
buy,
they see it firsthand.
to buy.
The other
I
thing
have
that
soap,
so many of
and
them
then,
commented
like,
on, I
actually,
think
like,
this is
the hair soap.
often
That's what I
surprising
call it, right?
people,
I don't,
is
I've
that
never
it's so
messed around with
pretty.
it. She makes fun of me that I
It's
have hair soap,
green,
I have body
it's
soap, hair
clean,
soap,
it's,
the same.
yeah, we're one of a dozen
Not real
states in the
fancy,
LA
I
get
guess.
quality.
Not this
We're
time.
rather proud of the
wash
stewardship
my
of
hair, wash my
our
body,
stewardship
shave
of
my
our
face.
land and our air and our
Yeah.
water. And so
Lather
really
up.
should reinvigorate and
I mean, it's
refocus
just
them
lather, what the
on
hell,
the fact that, hey, we don't have to compromise
Well, I'm
quality of
like,
life
I'm
to a
a
high
no
standard of
fragrance
living.
person,
North
and
Korea is
so when you come.
So it was a great
home,
opportunity for
something
camaraderie, it
like-
was a great opportunity for me to show off
See, that's why
my
it
state
uses stuff.
to
It's-
my
it's-
guests,
it's-
but it was
I
really a
wouldn't
great
say no-
opportunity for
nothing
leaders
is
in the
really no
Energy and
fragrance,
Commerce
but it's
Committee
good.
that
Yeah.
will be forwarding a lot of
I
important
do,
energy
my poor
policy
kids now, though, they're so used to
to
that no
see
fragrance,
firsthand
that they
what
can't
could be
handle
our
it.
country.
It's inherited.
Yeah, took the same attitude in our
Well,
country as we've
it's-
taken
it's just
here in
obnoxious.
Right, were there any developments with, you know, the
It's
infrastructure
interesting
and
how you
kind of,
become
you know,
really intolerant of it.
bills
when you're
that
not
you
around
guys
it.
discussed at
You
all,
walk
and
Sure.
into
anything,
somebody,
developments?
maybe they
Sure,
didn't
we
actually
talked a lot about, for example, my
You
experience
see
as a public
that you
service
run into
commissioner,
somebody
citing
wearing
pipelines. The fact that we have deadlines, we have certain benchmarks in our regulation and in our law that force the bureaucracy to
I worked
act
with somebody
quickly
married, got
and
married
efficiently
from
in
two, so,
approving
you know.
permits. Or if you don't, you better work something out with the company and have a really good reason for it. And we're trying to do the same thing
Yeah,
at the
so
federal
anyway, that's
level.
my
I had a bill,
place.
I had a
So
bill
did
that
you-
passed, the House of Representatives actually, that streamlines the siting process, the permitting process on
Like,
federal
I gave the
lands
day
in North Dakota. And it passed with bipartisan support. In fact, it only had
No,
one
it
vote
was
against it,
very-
it was a
I
Republican.
haven't been
Um,
inside the box.
And so,
Like into those
you know,
places before. I
but the reason we can do those things is we can
What'd you
bring
say
people
that
here and
you said
demonstrate to
about
them
school?
that we aren't talking about
Okay.
shirking our
They were- here's what was
responsibility for
interesting,
environmental
the
stewardship,
station
but
right
rather
off
you
the
can do
well
a good job, but do it
They were
quicker in a way that's more
removing
responsive to
piping.
the needs of industry
feet?
and
I-
the workforce.
Thousands
So,
of feet.
Yeah.
we had a lot of
So they do a lot of
conversation that
different-
way
it's just-
about
we have to
legislation at
climb
the
up to
federal
the
level
thing
and how we
or
do it.
something.
The Northern Border,
It's
or the
one guy
Northern
sitting
Route
there
Approval
holding
Act,
all
Lee
these
Terry was a
joysticks.
sponsor of, and I was a co-sponsor
Like
of,
you're playing video.
to approve the
And it
Keystone
looks
XL
like he
pipeline
should be
is a
playing
topic
video
that comes up
because
often.
that young looking.
And of course, when we look
No,
at
he's
rail
not.
facilities, as we
He's
did
probably
today,
30.
realize that
He
71%
looks like
of
he's
North Coast
20.
Bakken crude
And
is
he's
shipped
got
by
all
rail
the
in
screens
the,
going.
in the
and all
shadow
the
of this
joysticks.
explosion that took place in
Pull it out.
Canada, a very unfortunate
Onto the
explosion.
cloud.
We talked a lot about what
Cloud
that
it.
means.
Guys out there
um,
wiping it down.
But that we
It's a
need
huge
to
amount of
have,
stuff.
make sure that America, the
You do
United States has
something wrong,
good,
the cloud
strong
goes,
regulations,
it's dead, you know?
safety
So I got
regulations
that
to ensure
straight.
that doesn't happen here, but at the
You-
same time
we could
acknowledging
see
that
more of that.
accidents
Then
do
we
happen.
could. We
We
can't
need to
see
do all we
anything.
can to prevent them, not just on the trains, but with trucks and pipelines and pumping stations
Yeah,
and
that was pretty
processing facilities
And,
and
you know,
refineries and the
The
like.
guy told us to.
Anything else that you know, discussed that you wanted?
No,
got
just,
the one
I
that
just,
manages
again,
that.
just sort of the wonderment of it all, when you bring
He
people
came
from out of town, and I always like to say that our favorite
The
Sunday
guy I
Lake
asked,
ever
the
ride,
guy who's running all the
CBS
joysticks.
newsman
He just
from Velma,
got experience
once said
when
that
they
North
sent
Dakota
him
was the
to
rectangular blind
training,
spot
but
of the
it wasn't
nation's
like a lot
conscience,
of
but today
training.
it's the rectangular
They're
stage
coming
underneath
off
the
street
nation's
playing all this
spotlight.
stuff.
And
it's so
there's a
cool.
curiosity
They
that
told
people
us,
have
you know,
about us,
it's
and it's
100
our
feet,
opportunity as a state to
200,000,
shine
the guy
and to
did.
demonstrate to the
The other
country,
guys are making
while they're
$100,000,
watching so
you know.
closely,
No,
is
the
how well
guys
we
were
can do
working
it.
really hard
And
physically.
it's a great opportunity to be able to bring
Which
six
would
of my
be easier
colleagues
than
from the House
having
of Representatives
responsibility
to spend that one day of their day off
Plus,
in North Dakota. I'm great.
Absolutely, all right, thanks, and you said that you guys kind of, this is something you kind of did on your own,
We had a
taking your
nice-
own.
It is, we all took our own, yeah, we didn't use any,
You're standing.
as far as I know, we didn't use any taxpayer dollars to
Yeah.
do this. Not that we couldn't, we certainly could,
Right,
Um,
and it was just for today.
But yes, but because of the sequester,
It's
the
both,
committees,
So-
budgets have been cut a lot.
Yeah, that's what you're saying.
So, and then the transportation or the transportation or travel budgets have cut a lot, so we just thought it'd be better if we did it on our own.
It's interesting to
And,
hear my
that
dad talk about
worked out
those
just fine.
ones because
It mattered enough to them
he
to
worked
want
security on the
Yeah,
Alaska
absolutely.
pipeline.
All right, well, I think that's pretty much it.
All right.
Nice meeting you, and, have a safe trip back.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for your interest.
Mhm.
Like the government provided or something, I don't
Mhm.
know, really crappy, trailer homes were clearly to the outside wall of
Yeah.
the closet. But, yeah, with what he talks about, like how interesting it was, that's how he became a state trooper, you know, experience with the oil fields.
Hi, Rob.
How you doing?
Great, thanks, how are you?
Good, good. Good, I'm glad Matt called me, I almost forgot about this. I'm trying to sell my house.
Are you really?
Yeah,
That
yeah.
means you have to keep it clean.
Yeah, well,
That'd be
well,
about
the-
Is there a pretty good demand for housing?
there is. The problem is we were sold a while ago. The problem is if you sell high, then you gotta buy high. You can't stay on high. Well, I found a place where I can lease low for a few years, so we're gonna jump out and jump back in when it softens up a little bit. But I'm hoping I can get within 20% of what the city thinks it's worth. I'm gonna cash out.
Sure. Yeah, cool. Wow. That's kind of fun having those guys here, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Ed Whitfield's the nicest guy. He's just.
They liked it too,
They
they were
liked
right
it.
in the middle of
They
it
did.
all.
They did. You just don't get to do it very much.
They seem like they were enjoying themselves.
Yeah.
It didn't seem like it was a chore.
All of them were really looking forward to it. I mean, for the last couple of weeks, they just talked to me about it all the time. Fred kept referring to the steel-toed boots. I said, do we really have to get steel-toed boots?
First class guys out there though, like
Aren't
at
they?
the
It has-
well pad, they divided us into 3 groups and you've got 3 different tour people, you know, and one of them's a retired military and he said, you know, he came in, I mean, they're from
And
everywhere.
they all have stories that are really cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
anyway,
They do.
it was,
Why is it such a pretty time right now?
Yeah, it's
Gosh,
really green.
It's so green. I've
Oh,
never seen
it's
it
like
this
Iowa.
green out west.
Yeah.
Oh, the water we're getting.
There's so much rain.
Yeah, but we also saw a lot of fields that weren't planted, and I was thinking, I was grateful
Yeah.
for crop insurance.
Yeah.
What an event that was yesterday, on the floor. Oh my gosh. I said to them, you gotta be kidding me. The world has been truly upside down. Conservatives are gonna vote for a bill that doesn't reform food stamps, and liberals are gonna vote for a bill that doesn't
Reform crop insurance.
yeah, right, and I'm thinking, what is this? I said to some of the Democrats, I said, how was you guys? Not only would I vote for it, I give everybody vote for it, and then I get credit for it. Nothing changes. It's crazy.
Everybody retreats to
Their comfort zone.
They do, see, and that's exactly right. And
Everybody
then,
runs home to mama.
and then they look this close, they look this far out, you know? Oh, this is funny, I'm not used to this. I'm used to looking over here at the end, you know, how do you get here? And they're all preparing their force. How they gonna throw old people on the street. Weird. But anyway, all the farmers that talked to today said, this is,
they did,
I called Jeff first, because I wasn't really sure, and he said, hey, this is the day
What's happened in the conference
I actually think, what's sort of weird is I think in the conference committee, they're gonna end up with a bill much like they would end up if we would have passed the bill we voted on 3 weeks ago. That's what happened.
Yeah.
What was
will have
Colin
missed-
Peterson's amendment again? Is that people who qualify for food stamps should be at 160 rather than 140%
Well,
of
he didn't have
poverty?
that amendment. His point is,
He tried to get one and it
Yeah,
failed in
yeah.
the ag committee.
yeah, it's, you know, food stamps has that negotiated deal with Bill Clinton during welfare reform called, what do they call that? Anyway, where you qualify for food stamps, you can qualify for any, at any level. Anyway, eligibility.
Well, you qualify for heating assistance,
Right.
et cetera, et cetera.
You get $1 a month in heating assistance, which some states give, $1.
Yeah, well,
Then
you
you
have,
automatically get several hundred
so you
dollars.
can ask Greg when the deal
And,
is.
Anyway,
And that's a problem because some of the states have really low,
well, and that's what she, her
Really
point
high
is,
threshold.
really high threshold. See, in fact, our threshold I think is 200% of poverty. The federal threshold is 130% of poverty. And so, what he wanted to do was to raise the federal, because what the amendment did, ultimately, or the amendment that we voted on, was, and it would have passed, was to require federal qualification. So you had to be eligible on the basis of the federal standard. See you guys, thanks. So he wanted to raise the federal standard a little bit, and then
Decouple it?
Make it a little more palatable, or give,
Make it a little
put it
more
more,
palatable.
few more people on,
right.
basically raising the income level in which you could get.
Yeah, raise the income level, which you became eligible for, still would remain eligible for food stamps. So that states, well, we create a uniform qualification, it's, you know, that it would be nothing more to be compassionate, I guess, basically. What do they call it again, the eligibility?
Category.
Categorical eligibility.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so.
Can I steal this?
Yep.
Somebody left it.
It shows everything we did that day.
Let's stay on.
Okay,
All right?
hit the road.
That's all I need. I'm dealing with
Good
it.
seeing you again. Yeah, I for commission.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Yes. How are you enjoying yourself
It's
out
great.
in the,
It's great.
out in the Vale of Tears?
Yeah.
Good.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Yeah.
I'm fine. Yeah, I just, the rents out in Washington, I mean,
We spoke.
when I was
Probably.
I was up there last month. I mean,
Yeah.
this friend of mine, he lives way out in northwest,
Yeah.
northwest corner of the district, it's like $1,700.
Yeah, you can go way out an hour and it doesn't make much difference anyway, so the only reason you do that is maybe
You get
to
more.
get a better
for-
school for kids or something.
Yeah, you get, right, that's right, you get some other amenities.
You know, you might as well stay on the hill, right? Like you guys do. That's so convenient.
I mean, geez,
You're
I'd
spending an hour in
sleep
your
under the
car.
bridge or something.
I do.
Why not?
Or in your office.
Yeah, I have one. But Kevin, I was telling Chris about how you went on and on about the water pressure in the house gym.
It's the damnedest thing I've ever seen.
I said you came home the first week and you smelled like a different person.
There is no way,
Finally blasted.
there's no way those liberals will shower in that gym, would ever tolerate letting you shower in something like that. There's no, they would regulate.
Too much water.
Oh
Too much
my,
water,
yeah, way too much, yeah, in about 5 seconds you need a shower.
Mark, I suppose I should take those and put them in our car now.
Okay, I can take it.
There was a plastic bag, but I bet those guys, that's okay.
Oh,
I should have hung on to that. I
Yeah,
didn't
your
know.
house.
Yeah, working on it, hopefully.
no, it's not my
Take it
stuff.
easy, gentlemen.
Yep, see
And
ya.
Chris,
you know.
take care.
See you in the post office sometime
Yeah,
again.
oh, yeah.
Just ran into him in the post office.
I'm gonna get a cup of coffee.
I recorded it, but it's so big. It should be something night, early, or just down. The second thing is, do it.
This was looking pretty small.
Yeah, I mean, if anybody wants